Good afternoon. I first want to recognize a very amazing little girl, Victoria Rodriguez. Wasn't she amazing when she sang that Star Spangled Banner? When she started to blare out that voice, I thought that sounds like a grown-up lady that just has been practicing for so long. You were really amazing. Thank you for doing that for us. And certainly I am pleased to be here. It's my honor, of course, to be here with Secretary Greg Ferrat from the Department of Public Safety, and of course my dear friend, the Governor of Chihuahua, Governor Cesar Duarte, as we have created a relationship throughout the years. My very first year, as you know, I went from being a district attorney to then the governor, and understanding the importance of having a positive relationship with the state of Chihuahua and with Mexico, and the importance of making sure that we could increase the economy for the people on both sides of the border. And I also made a promise that I would never forget that New Mexico did not end at Socorro, that I would always remember that the other half of the state, south of Socorro, existed, and that we could have an amazing economy in this part of our state. I'm also glad to, of course, include the mayor of Juarez, who is Enrique Serrano, and also Javier Garfield. Well, he is actually the mayor of Chihuahua, which is the capital. And we have a representative here from Manuel Rosek, who is the Economic Development Director, and is also a great partner when we travel between the cities on how we're developing jobs. And Guillermo Juarez, who is a representative of Juarez from the State House in Juarez. And so we welcome them because they come together as a group, understanding the importance of not only the State House, the mayors, the governors, what they have to do in order to make sure that we are growing as a state and economically. You know, it's always great to be back in New Mexico, because every time I come to Santa Teresa, there's a new building, there's a new roadway, there's a new something that has happened that really excites me, because the vision that Governor Duarte and I and the folks from the Economic Development and our Secretary Burkle and all of the folks had 4 years ago is coming to fruition. And it's amazing to see when we would have issues down here, like Mr. Martínez, you know, there was some issues with backed up cars, et cetera. A phone call took place, and we've got to fix this. We've got to move this fast. This is clogging up traffic. And this is supposed to move our economy and not slow it down. And in no time at all, that problem was fixed. And so lots of folks to thank, lots of folks to be grateful to for what we've done. But this new facility really does feature state-of-the-art technology, and which will streamline the vehicle inspection process, allowing goods to move through the port quickly and safely. And that is a very good thing for New Mexico, because we understand that time is money. And if you're in a long line for hours, you're wasting a lot of money, because you're just waiting to get through and to be inspected. Last year, nearly 80,000 vehicles made it their way through the port, and that's 258 vehicles per day during the 6-day work week. And now with our new and improved facility, we believe that even more vehicles will pass through, resulting in increased commerce and more exports. And we all know that is something we continue to excel in. Let me give you a few numbers of what has happened just in the last 4 years. We're setting export records. Nearly $4 billion last year alone. Nearly doubled our exports to Mexico in 1 year, and nearly quadrupled them since I took office. Even bigger news, New Mexico leads the nation, and I'm going to repeat that. New Mexico leads the nation in export-related job growth at 107%. Second place wasn't even close. I mean, that is amazing for New Mexico. So to put it simply, we are exporting more products from more businesses to more places around the world than ever before. And a lot of that is due to how we are positioning New Mexico to be a key contributor to our global economy. We're not thinking small. This is a global economy, and we are trying to make New Mexico the key corridor for trade between the United States and other nations. This port of entry also has the advantage of being in the 6-mile overweight cargo zone, which allows overweight trucks from Mexico to offload cargo within the zone for distribution throughout North America. That's why I signed legislation to allow the overweight cargo zone, and I am happy to see that it's being used daily and regularly to make business easier for those who understand that time is money and that we've got to get that cargo across. Even though it might be overweight, now we can support it and bring it forward and get it onto rail. There's a lot of things going on in this part of the state, and our new port of entry facility will help us continue on this momentum to make New Mexico the gateway to the United States of America. I thank everyone who made this project possible, especially the multi-agency teams from the Department of Public Safety, Department of Transportation, and the General Services Department, Mr. Burkle, Secretary Burkle, along with our federal partners. But most importantly, I want to recognize the incredible sacrifice of Daniel C. Rivera Jr., whose memory this port will be dedicated to. I did meet your dad. I did know your father. And I remember that day very specifically. I was an assistant district attorney at the time, and there were many things happening in this community that day. But he was doing his job as he knew was necessary because of what was happening. And for that, we are extremely grateful. We are sorry that he didn't get to know the amazing son that was later born, and your beautiful wife, and that Jaja little granddaughter that he would have had. Because if you all got to meet her, everything matches, including the fingernails. Most importantly, I want to recognize, of course, your family. And sadly, Officer Rivera lost his life in the line of duty. And today we commemorate his dedication to public service and the safety of others. And that's why, as Secretary Fratt said, he's smiling upon you because you have a beautiful family. And that, like, little one is really someone that I'm sure he would have been proud to hear the words grandpa from her mouth. I also want to recognize, of course, your wife, Esmeralda. And every time you pass by this building, I think you will be extremely proud and put a smile on your face. Huh, Esmeralda. You are not Esmeralda, you are, yes, you are. That's Esmeralda, and you're Cassandra. Sandra's the wife, and Esmeralda is the Jaja little one, huh? And she's taking it for all she can. So when you pass through here, know that it's in the memory of your father and your grandpa, okay? In a few minutes, Esmeralda, along with her father, Daniel Hawkes, will join me in cutting the ribbon and officially opening this port of entry, which will welcome thousands and thousands of commercial and non-commercial vehicles, both foreign and domestic, to this inspection facility in coming decades. Thank you to all of you and all of your hard work. We bless you. God bless you in all you do, especially those of you who are on the road, putting your life on the line, wearing the uniform. Be safe in everything that you do, and remember that your job is to go home every day. God bless.